Hello, my beautiful, amazing movie freaks. So if you are new here, there's going to be spoilers, and this one is going to have a little bit more than some of the other ones because I feel like it goes into the story. But if that does not bother you, let's go ahead and jump into my review of Fatale. And I'm pretty sure that that's how it's pronounced, because that's what the trailer says, so that's what I'm going with. So basically, the plot of this movie is after a one-night stand, a successful married man finds himself entangled in a cunning police detective's latest investigation. So Fatale came out in 2020, and I don't know why I don't have the rating here. It's under the thriller category, and it runs an hour and 22 minutes. It's directed by Dion Taylor and written by David Lawfery. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. And it stars Hilary Swank, Michael Ealy, Mike Coulter, Damaris Lewis, and Tyron Turner. And I will tell you the rating. I'm pretty sure it's rated R because of its scenes and stuff. So yeah, it's rated R. So basically the movie starts off with a voiceover by our main character. He is in his car driving over, and kind of the camera pans over the city. And we meet Derek, who's played by Michael Ealy. And then we get the title card. We head to Derek and his wife's house, and his wife is played by Damaris Lewis, and in the movie her name is Tracy. They are having basically like drinks late in the night with Derek's business partner and his date. I didn't really put too much importance in who it was because she's only in there for like 5 seconds. So but his partner's name is Raph, and he's played by Mike Coulter. So you can feel that Derek and Tracy's relationship is kind of rocky and tense, because they don't click very well in that moment. So next we then skip to Derek packing to go to Vegas for a bachelor party. While they are in the club, he spots Val, played by Hilary Swank. She's dancing, and he automatically catches, or she automatically catches his eye. You say hi? You say hi? Say hi? No. Say hi. Can you see yourself? Mwah. Okay. So basically they talk and they dance, and they end up in her hotel room, and they sleep together. Sit down, Bubba. The next morning, when he's trying to leave, he can't find his cell phone. He can't find his cell phone, and it turns out that she locked it in the room safe, and basically has to bribe him to get it back. He has to sleep with her again to get his phone. He actually tells her that his name is Darren instead of Derek. So, yeah, he didn't want anybody to know, or not anybody, he didn't want her to know what his actual name was. Let's see, where do we leave off? Tracy comes home, basically. Tracy is a realtor. So Tracy comes home. Thank you very much. Thank you, no. Tracy comes home to Derek cooking dinner, and he tries to fix things and remind her why they fell in love, because he does kind of know that they're slacking, or he's slacking on his part. Go, Tita. Honey, go. Let's go. Let's see here. Okay, if you're gonna sit right here. Okay. Okay. Where do we leave off? That night, after they have dinner, and basically just enjoy one another. They get an intruder. Somebody breaks into their house and assaults Derek before running off. 911 is called, and guess who is the investigating detective? It's Valerie. Val. She walks in. Obviously, both of them seem surprised, and she kind of insinuates what happened, but doesn't really bluntly say it. She's obviously surprised that he has a wife, because he failed to mention that. The next day, he goes to the station to address the elephant in the room, and basically they agree to keep it between one another what happened in Vegas. So Ami's gonna give my review. Tell him what happened in the movie. Tell him. Tell him. Okay, go Tita. Okay, if you're gonna be here, you gotta sit. Okay? Go take him over there. Okay. He's at that age. Bye. Okay, so a few days later, Val turns up at Derek's job telling him that there's a break in the case. She takes him to basically to the beach and tells him to look through some binoculars and says, hey, look through this. He looks through binoculars and he sees his wife cheating with his business partner, Raph. He's completely dumbfounded and crushed and basically doesn't know what to do. No, go. If it's not you, it's Ami, go. She basically tells him that it was Tracy and Raph that actually tried to kill him in that home break-in, because in the beginning of the film, Raph tries to get Derek to sell his share of the company to somebody else for a lump sum amount of money, and he didn't want to. So later that night, after Derek has been out drinking, he shows up at Val's house. They end up sleeping together very briefly yet again, and he leaves. So this is the part that gets me, is that she basically persuades him to make him think that he wants to kill both of them. And which, I mean, that was not in his thought. I mean, that was not in his mind at all until she actually said it. Then the next day, he is brought in to the station and he finds out that his business partner and his wife have been brutally murdered. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm just going to go into a few things. So this film was highly anticipated for me. I didn't watch any trailer. I didn't read the synopsis of it until very recently, before I found the trailer for it, which I didn't watch, by the way. So I think everybody portrayed their character in this movie to the T. I almost forgot that they were actors. I actually believed the story, and I think their acting was just amazing. Val, of course, who's played by Hillary, was professional but creepy at the same time. And she's also hiding a horrible secret that Derek doesn't know. And I really don't think a lot of people do know. She is a very colorful and highly respected police officer and has a bunch of awards, so you wouldn't think that that secret would be something that she would be holding inside, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. Now, there are a few sex scenes in this, and murder and profanity. So do be aware of that when you're watching it. Don't let the littles come in and kind of, you know, sneak in there and watch it. Michael Ealy, who plays Derek matched Hillary's vibe just the same. Like, they were in sync, and thank you, Ami. We appreciate that. and he wants to be in it, but he's grabbing. And I just think, like, they had a good connection in the film. I didn't really feel like him and Tracy had a good connection, but I feel like Hillary and him, they like fed off of each other, which was really good, because a lot of the time you can basically tell that actors are acting, but in this one I thought it was really good. I couldn't really tell that they were acting because it was so good. The soundtrack was amazing and eerie. I loved all of the songs that were in it. The cinematography was on point. The colors, like, just everything was very colorful, and I just really loved the cinematography of the film. And also the story is unique. You know, you do have the obsession, but the reason why she's doing the stalking and the obsessiveness, it'll kind of make you like, whoa, wait, I've got to reassess everything and go back and rewatch it. Now, I didn't have to do that because I was writing everything down when I was watching it, so I already kind of like knew, and I'm pretty good at figuring out like plot twists, but I do recommend you watch it twice. I really couldn't find anything that I didn't like about this movie. And you know, the thing that got me was the case. Look at that case. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Like, the colors. And that's what kind of reeled me into it. And I had totally forgotten that this was the movie that I wanted to watch, and I only bought it for the case, but then when I started to watch it and read it, I was like, oh, that's the movie. So yeah, I blind bought it and watched it with my husband, and you know, we really enjoyed it. So with all that being said, I give Fatale 4 wedding rings. I think this was a nice new twist on like stalker obsession movies, and it being a police officer that's doing the stalking is kind of different. I'm pretty sure there are movies, and if you guys know of any, leave them down below, that are kind of like that. But I just feel like this one was really good. I loved pretty much everything about it, and I wasn't bored at any moment in this movie. So the movie that I'm most excited to see is Cruel Summer. That one comes out on the 20th of April of this year, and is actually a TV show instead of a movie. I really don't mention TV shows too much, but yeah, that is it for my review of Fatale. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you have not done so already. I really appreciate all the new subscribers. And if you have any requests on anything you'd like me to review, movies, books, anything, I will be doing a what have I been reading, because I've been reading a lot more than I have been watching movies, which is kind of weird, even though I love reading. But I'm going to be going over that. Also, I have a ton of reviews. I mean, a ton of reviews that I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to do 2 right now, and then the other ones I'll do later. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!